Alright guys, it's me again, and I just wanted to show you what my schedule is looking like ever since about 2 weeks ago I decided it was getting a little hectic and it was time to do something different, and I did. I went ahead and wrote this down on my little mini whiteboard. I posted this on Facebook a while back, but anyway, I wrote this down on my little mini whiteboard that I used for, brainstorming, and I wrote a calendar of things that I do in my business and it needs to get done, okay? Because it was every day I was trying to find something to do on every category, and it was becoming a mess, and it was driving me crazy. So I went and purchased a little $10 calendar at Walmart, and it was for back to school, and I was kind of disheartened because I couldn't find the one that I really wanted, and my wife actually found one hidden somewhere in this little display case in the middle of the aisle where they were displaying, promoting things for back to school. Well, anyway, I transferred everything from that calendar to this one, and this is what it looks like. And I'm going to swing this around slowly because apparently if you move this phone just about any fast motion, it shuts the thing off. It stops recording. But as you can see, I've got the wonderful Chuck Norris poster here. Yeah, wonderful, wonderful thing. But anyway, here's what we've got. And this is my calendar now that I'm going by. It's the month of August 2013. This is the end of August, if you're wondering. I don't know when this video will be posted, but right now it's the end of August. And as you can see, I don't have any individual dates listed. I just know that this is Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, so on and so forth. Well, if you look, here's the deal. And this check mark is when I actually started the second week of August. Right now it's the last week. So here's where we're at. We're in the 4th week of August. Right now, today is Wednesday, August 28th. And this is, here's how my system is, okay? And you may want to do something like this for yourself, if you're about to pull your hair out with all this stuff. First of all, I have little individual images, and this is something I learned from Dan Rome's book, The Back of the Napkin, which is an awesome book. I'll maybe do some books, videos or something to give you an idea what that was, but it was talking about drawing to help solve ideas. And so every time I see this YouTube image here, this video image, like right here, that tells me that's a YouTube day. Every time I see this little video picture, it tells me every time I see that it's a video day. And I'll explain the parentheses in a minute. Here's a newsletter, for my guitar newsletter that you can sign up for, and that's on these days. You can sign up for that by going to secretsofTexasBluesGuitar.com/newsletter. Totally free, tons of content, video lessons. Here's the website days. Every time I see that, that tells me that that's when I need to work on my website, okay? Because website stuff is pretty painstaking, and I needed a certain day. I need to divide all this up so it would look more realistic. This little thought bubble or call-out balloon, that's for updates. And this little update means for my lessons that I give. I use Music Teacher's Helper for that, and that's what MTH is here. That's for my lesson notes, and this is just general updates for any product releases, what I'm doing now, anything like that. And this last symbol here, and you see a lot of those, that is basically designed and dedicated to main projects, free time, recreation, planning, study, etc. Things that I can work on separately, like I'm working on my Bluegrass guitar course right now. And so those days that I'm done with all this stuff, that I'm free now. Once I've accomplished these, I'm free to do the other things, because then at least I get some work done. And all this was inspired by some books I've been reading lately on Brian Tracy, and one of them was called Eat That Frog, and it's about taking care of procrastination so that you can get more things done. Basically do the first hardest task of the day, and then from there it goes on and explains more. It's a really good book. You can find it on YouTube and actually listen to it on the audiobook, the entire thing. Once again, Brian Tracy, Eat That Frog. And so here's how I've got this laid out. I've got Sundays or nothing. Sundays is, the day, my day of rest. It's the day for church, and church sometimes can get hectic between two bluegrass groups. Being a minister of the gospel, being a preacher. For those of you that didn't know that, I am a preacher. I'm a minister ordained. But anyway, those days get really busy with different things for that. So I have this on an every other week schedule. Okay, as you'll see, the newsletter is on 1 week, skips a week. Then we have it again, skips a week. And this is generally for the months that have 5 weeks. This is generally what I would do on the last week to kind of reset everything. it's kind of open to whatever. So for the first week of a month, I've got newsletter stuff, and then this little dollar sign means any finances, business books, or anything like that that I need to get done, gets done on that day. Okay, so I usually do it for the first of the month because that's when you need to, kind of get all the books for last month, or it's the last of the month so that I can get everything together. And then in the middle, so about twice a month, maybe 3 times I'll do my books because that was being overwhelming too. I'm not an accountant. I don't want to be an accountant. So I limited that to a very few times. Okay, so for over here, the parentheses now means that if I didn't get the newsletter done that day, then I can kind of go over to the next day and finish it off. If I did get it done, then this is optional and I can go ahead and focus on free time and other main projects. S is for students. S2 means I have 2 students on this day, 2 students on that day, 1 student here, 1 student there. And that's how that works. Okay, so then I have my website, and once again, if I get my website task completed, I can use this day for whatever. And if I don't get it completed, I can roll on into that. Thursdays are typically my off days. I have no students that day, so it gives me a little more time to focus on these other projects. Fridays are for updates only. So I have updates mainly on Fridays. I do those twice a month so that I don't feel like I have to do those all the time because I don't have a whole lot of updates to do. Then the next week is dedicated to video production and editing. This means, by the way, I never do really give you a chance to see what these mean. YouTube edits, info, annotations, thumbnails, tags, scheduling, uploads, everything dealing with YouTube is on those days. Video production, which was what I was just referring to. That's recording videos, editing videos for YouTube or YouTube channel or newsletter videos. Doing video projects and video products like my Bluegrass guitar course I'm coming up with. So that's general video stuff, and that's including editing as well. Screencast is another one that could be up there. Just any kind of video production I'm doing. And today's Wednesday, so this counts as one of those days. The newsletter is anything like organizing it, coming out with new series, any broadcast updates, any social scheduling. I use iContact to kind of schedule posts on social platforms. It's a really good tool for that. And organizing basically refers to creating new newsletter posts with the system. If you've done newsletters, you might know what I'm talking about. It's where you kind of copy one message and you change the content, but you leave the basic structure there. And the website, you have articles, writing articles, any kind of coding that I need to do, like fixing problems or anything, new pages and posts, maintenance, website maintenance, keeping up with comments, deleting the spam comments, all this other stuff, finding any problems, any bugs and plugins and things like that. So that's for that. That's the website days. Updates is for lesson notes, MTH, music teacher's helper, product releases, anything like that. Scheduling ? I'm not exactly sure what I meant on that. Maybe it was scheduling deadlines or something. And then I already mentioned main projects. Okay, so back to this. Here we have 2 days that I have assigned to videos because, for one thing, I want to kind of batch record videos. I want to get a lot of video recording done. So I allotted 2 days for that. And the third day is mainly for editing these videos if they needed to be edited. So that's for editing this. And if I don't get it done, then tough. I've got enough videos to work with so that I can upload those videos to YouTube. That's why these are together. That's very important. Get your videos done, then upload them to YouTube. Don't put YouTube down here in another week where it's way totally different in relation time-wise to your video production. So after all the edits are done, I skip to the next day, which is Thursday, and I do my YouTube uploads. I edit the annotations, and this could be things from previous weeks and while I'm waiting on this week's videos to upload. So I upload them in batches and schedule them ahead of time to be released, so it saves me time in the long run. I don't have to be making videos every week. I can just make a whole bunch of them, upload them, and by the time you get them, you still get your once a week video, which is awesome. And the parentheses right here, I guess it just mentioned that if necessary, if it's necessary, if I don't have to do any video editing, then this day is for whatever. But I don't skip and start doing YouTube stuff here. I don't do that because that's going to throw me off and that's going to make me feel like I'm getting overwhelmed. I have to have now a system, and I have one now that works. And I hope this is something that will help you. Yes, there is a lot of, no smoking days signs, but that tells me that I have freedom as well. I don't have to be pinned down to my work. I can have time to enjoy life as well. That's what that's for, okay? So I hope that you've enjoyed this. If this is something you're interested in doing, go ahead and leave me a comment. Let me know what you're going to do about it. And if you use a different system, leave me a comment there too. I have actually plugged this in to my Google Calendar. Let me go ahead and turn back to me here now and hope it doesn't stop. I plugged this into my YouTube or my Google Calendar so that now every other week It's always set up to look like that calendar. I use Google Calendar religiously. I mean, I check it just about every day, and it's very important to helping me keep on track. So that's just what I use. It's my new scheduling system. It's working out perfect right now, and it's on the whiteboard so that I can change it if I need to. You know, it's totally flexible. If I decide I want to take a different day and move things around, or something's not working, don't think you have to get something like this perfect. It's just experimental. This is a first draft, a rough draft. That's what the other whiteboard was for. When I got it the way I wanted it, then I put it on the whiteboard here. If you're like me, it's very hard to do that because you're a very big perfectionist and you want to get things done right, because if you can't, then you're not going to put it down on paper because it won't look right. Well, you've got to start doing that. You've got to start putting things on paper, writing it down, because you have total freedom to change it if you want to. Always remember that. You can change it. Okay, I hope this has been helpful. I'm going to leave you with the wall of fame here. Hoping to put some more stuff on this wall pretty soon. We've got a bunch of musicians' friends catalogs with a bunch of cool 1-page, 2-page ads in there that I need to put up, especially another signed autograph of Steve Vai that I went to his concert earlier this year. But I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Thanks so much for watching, and this has been me, Eric Beatty, on the newly revised YouTube channel that I have. Hope you're enjoying it. Please leave me some comments. Tell me what you think about this video. Please subscribe. And I'll see you next time on the next video, whatever that may be. Stay tuned for my Tuesday videos that I release a new guitar video every week. And that's going to start changing this too. That's not going to always be acoustic now. I'm going to start doing a little bit more electric stuff because I want to play electric too. So let's do some more electric lessons. I already do that on my newsletter, but I kind of feel like the general YouTube population is left out because they don't get to experience that. Just some things wandering around in my head. Thanks so much for watching. And once again, here's the calendar that I use with my new schedule, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please thumbs up me, like this video, and tell me that you did. Leave some comments below. I'll see you on the next video.